So today we're going to change the oil on the 2008 400EX. And the tools you're going to need is a 8mm socket, 12mm socket, and a 14mm socket. I'm using the 1/4" ratchet for the 8mm, and I'm using a short stubby 3/8 for the 12 and the 14. The 8mm, that's going to be for your oil filter cover. The 12mm, that's going to be for your crankcase oil. And the 14mm, that's going to be your oil tank. Before doing this, you're going to need to start it up, run it for a couple 3 minutes, get it warmed up. Nice thing is over here I have a temperature gauge, so probably when it gets around 100 degrees, it should be enough to shut it off and start draining the oil. Okay, so like I said, oil came up to like 100 degrees. You don't want it too hot and burn yourself, but you just want it, you know, a little bit loosened up. So now we'll go through and take out the oil plug for the engine and then the tank. Okay, so I already broke that loose, and I'm just going to take it out by hand, and I'm going to put a couple rags up there, keep the oil from being on the frame so bad. And you're also going to want to loosen up your cap. So with the drain plug removed, just give it time and it'll stop dripping. So after just cleaning this plug up, I just want to stick it in there a little bit, not tight yet, but just stick it in there so it's there. Now I can move my pan to underneath the oil tank and remove that one plug. Now on this one, you just want to get your thing loosened up, your plug, and once it's loose like that, just get ready to get the hell away so you don't get full of oil. Hey, that was a pretty good job. And just let it go into the pan. And then we're going to remove these two bolts to access the cover to our oil filter. And you will need your pan underneath here because it will drip. After breaking them loose, just remove the screws and get ready for a mess. This is my first time, so I don't know how much of a mess, but it's going to be a mess probably. It's always good to have a couple rags all over the place so you're ready. This one, a little bit different than my other ones. You have a short one that goes in the back side, and then the long one goes over here. And now we're ready to take the cover off. There it comes. Ooh, yeah. Hey, I actually did something right. I put the pan in the right spot. And KN-113, that's the filter. Now on these, unlike the Honda ones, they usually say this side facing out. But these ones don't have anything on them, but you know the rubber O-ring right here faces out. So remove your filter. Remove your filter. Yeah. Don't drop it in the pan. And there's a spring dinghy in there. Yep. You can take it out. I usually just go in there with a rag and wipe that out a little bit. So there's our new oil filter. And before putting it in, I'm just going to dip my finger in the old oil and put a little oil on that rubber right there. And then reinstall the spring. And then grab the filter. Put it in there, just like so. And then the cover. Now the cover here has a hole in the bottom, and you notice that there's a hole back there. and this will only go one way anyway, so because the bolt pattern on the cover, and then reinstall your screws. So all I do is just like spark plugs, I finger tight it, and then I turn them about a quarter inch or quarter turn and call it good. So that's, I know there's a torque spec, but that's good enough. Next thing to do is tighten up your crankcase plug and then the tank plug. Like I said, same thing there. I just hand tighten them and then turn about a quarter turn. 1.9 quarts of oil. I don't know why they just couldn't be cool and say 2. I hate always having that extra little dab of oil left over. So anyway, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put 1 quart in, fire up the machine. That way it'll circulate the oil inside the crankcase and the oil filter, and then we'll stop, and then we'll put the 0.9 rest in. Okay, so just to check it, you're gonna stick your dipstick in there and do not screw it in, just set it there, bring it out, and we're over 3/4. And then on our new dipstick with the thermometer on it, mark. That's the mark for full. I checked it before all this. So once again, you just stick it in there, don't screw it in, and you can see, or not when the damn thing focuses, but it's just a little bit below. So we'll call that one good. So that's it.